Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the KZ AS10 Pro. So yeah, revised one from the AS10, which was I think one of their first all balanced armature sets, and it's obviously been quite a while. And yeah, 5 balanced armatures per side. So yeah, as usual, full disclaimer, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this out to me. So thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And yet this also has no tuning switches as far as I'm aware of, which may graphing it a bit simpler. Obviously when I get to it, I've no idea what these sound like or kind of tuning they've chose. So yeah, let's just get into it. So the kind of basic KZ packaging, which is not always a bad thing. A bit of information there. Okay, so mine's a no mic, which is what I prefer. AS10 Pro. Relatively normal specs, so sensitivity 109 dB, 26 ohm impedance, relatively straightforward. 20 Hz to 40 kHz, 0.75 2 pin. KZ always do pick the pin type of 0.7. The common for China and basically all over the world is 0.78 2 pin, and obviously it's 3.5 because KZ never really used balanced. And yeah, see what these are like. I think these are priced around $60, give or take, so it's not too cheap. But then again, it does have multiple drivers. AS10 Pro. Let's take this up and have a look. See if I can get one of these out. So quite a larger shell. Okay, so it does have foams. So all the balanced armatures there. Let's take this foam off. Hopefully it comes with enough silicone tips. Feels a little bit heavy, feels quite well built. Chock full of drivers, which is always good to see. It's got the big BA there for the base. You can see there. It had this before on the AS10s, but it's been such a long time since I tried those. Venting in the back, I don't know how much of a difference that makes. Just put these out of the way here. The paperwork in there. The silicone tips, I'll have to have a look how many you get. Looks like 3 pairs, which should be good. Because I remember the ZS10 Pro 2s, they didn't actually have medium silicones, which was a bit of a shame. The cable, which I presume is just like their normal one. So yeah, quite curious of these. No tuning switches. Got the KZ brand on the back of the crossover board. So yeah, quite heavy, quite big to be honest, how they've done it. Chock full of bits because everyone likes to see all the internals. And yeah, so as usual, I'll spend a bunch of time with them. Then obviously I graph them after I've done all that. And yeah, I'll see you whenever in the future. So yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. So welcome to my review section, the KZ AS10 Pro. It's a shame I don't own the original, the non-pro, but I'm years old now. So anyway, I normally do show you what it looks like with the cable, but it's the standard KZ cable comes, you know, the one you've seen 1,000 times. So I've just skipped it from this section of the tips. It comes with obviously the KZ star lines, these tips here, which work fine, to be honest. And 2 foams, if that matters to you, and the treble is smoothed over slightly with the when you use the foam, so like 7 to like 9k gets lopped off a little bit, which is probably the reason why they've included them, which I'll get to later on in the video. So this set's about 60 something pound, 60 something dollars, so not cheap for what they are. Anyway, full BA set. Yeah, so have another look. Just take this off. So yeah, it's a full balanced armature set. So in here, the BAs, it acts as a sound guide. Like there's probably tuning balls and all that stuff to get into the nozzle. You can see the big BA there for the base. You can see there's some more balanced armatures in there, all tucked away. So yeah, all BA, no DD for base or nothing. So 5 balanced armatures per side. Power sensitivity on this set wasn't too bad. Yeah, not as hard to drive as I thought, or probably not as easy to drive, just relatively normal really. And I think with a balanced armature set, you want to use at least a decent enough dongle really for kind of like for sound quality wise. And yes, I had timbre on this set. I didn't really like the timbre or the tonality, because it's all BAs. It sounds off. It sounds artificial is the best way to describe it. So yeah, timbre on this set I didn't really find was very good. My colour resolution and details on this set actually I thought was actually very was actually good in that sense. You'll probably see why in a bit when I get to the sound, but yeah, for that part it was actually pretty good. Sound stage on this set was okay, and the same goes for like imaging, and these do isolate quite well. So tuning, now this is what I was really curious to what these is like. Now, as you say, it's been years since I tried the original. I have no idea what it sounds like. I have no idea what it graphs like, to be honest. So I was quite curious what I do with this set, because I've tried some OBA ones from them before. And yeah, so I'll put the graph up now so we can have a look. Put that there so I don't lose it. So yeah, as you can see, crazy V shape. Now, the bass part is less of a problem. See, it looks like it bleeds a bit. But because it's a BA, it has a slightly softer attack to it. It doesn't seem that bleedy, like I wouldn't say it's muddy. So the bass on this set isn't that bad considering it's just those balanced armature ones. Obviously there's big imbalance, which is a problem. It depends if you're looking out for it. I noticed it's a little bit listening to it then when I graphed it. It did confirm what I was my thoughts on it, but yeah, quite a bassy set. Not that bad. Works quite well for electronic. It just doesn't bleed as much into the mid range as I would as expecting it to be honest. And yeah, apart from that, the BAs on this set are good. But then again, they've never really matched dynamic driver for bass really, especially for initial slam and rumble. They do try hard. You can get some really good armatures these days that can do bass nearly as good as a DD, but this set isn't that good. But it is good enough basically for the price though. Mid range, yeah, as you can see, massive kind of V shape. So I think them shooting to the moon for the mid range. I don't know why it's tuned so aggressive. And you lose a load of detail, I think, because of the shape. But as you can see, female vocal, or the female poison as they call it, it's really boosted. And any instruments that sit beyond 1K and basically up is really forward. I have no idea why they've done crazy kind of tuning like that before, or why they've done it to be so aggressive really, but it is what it is. But yeah, treble's super forward in that case. EQ might help if you want to experiment with stuff like that. And yeah, treble, as you can see, super boosted. So yeah, these are sibilant and very bright. They didn't seem, when I listened to this before I graphed them, they did sound a bright pair of earphones, but it didn't seem as bright as the graph suggested. I've had something like this before in planars, and it looks quite aggressive in the treble, but when you listen to it, it's not as aggressive. I think it's because the driver's faster. Now, if this is a dynamic driver set, it would have been absolutely like terrible, to be honest. But I think slightly because the BAs are faster than the dynamic, it doesn't sound as super aggressive as it is. Well, I'm not denying it's aggressive. It's very bright. So the problem is it's very aggressive tuning, and they do have sibilance, but they are incredibly detailed for what you, as you can imagine, you expect. But they are a bit tiresome. They are a bit fatiguing. On lower volume listening, it's not as bad because you're not pushing the drivers as probably as hard. So if you're a casual listener and you don't go beyond 70 decibels, for example, these are nowhere near as bad as I was expecting to. But if you do crank it up a bit, you definitely know about it. Again, these would be a really good set for an EQ, or, well, to be more specific, a PEQ. And apart from that, that's what they are. Tuned way too aggressively out of the box. I don't know why. Maybe it was a set that should have had switches and they probably pulled the plug in it. I don't know. But yeah, very aggressive set. So conclusion is, what do I think of these? If you're willing to EQ, you can do a bit of magic. They probably are worth it if you want to grab them. But out of the box, far too aggressive tuning, especially the treble. Bass is less of a problem because of how it works, but the trebles, as you can see, very boosted. Also, I forgot to mention comfort and the fit. Now these are quite large. They're actually quite heavy, so kind of sometimes it feels like it's doing, like it's trying to, the weight's there, but it depends obviously on your ear anatomy, and that's what I look like from the side. So yeah, not really, this set is not really my cup of tea. Again, it could do with a bit of magic with EQ, will probably solve a lot, because you haven't got to add stuff, you've only got to take it away. So, and that's it really, not much to say. A little bit disappointed. A much safer tuning would have been much better. Really, in my opinion, going really aggressive with the treble and upper mid range is probably not what they should have done. Again, bass is less of a problem really. Obviously, less channel imbalance would be helpful as well. And I think that's it. So, could have been a good set, but just tuned too aggressive really, to be honest. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. See you in the next video. And if you want to know anything in particular, as usual, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, see you in the next video.